Yo, what's up, everyone? Second channel Ram back again, and welcome back to another episode of Month of EVO, where we talk about a different fighting game until EVO 2024. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the last version of Street Fighter 2, or at least one of the last versions of Street Fighter 2. There's like 100 or something. We're talking about one of the very last ones. Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Ultra Street Fighter 2! The Final Challengers! Ultra Street Fighter 2! The Final Challenger!
Now, I don't think Street Fighter 2 doesn't need any introduction itself, but let me introduce to you one of the final versions of Street Fighter 2, I think. Ultra Street Fighter 2. So, what makes this game significantly different from any other version of Street Fighter 2? Well, it has a lot of, it's pretty content heavy, so mechanically, it's nothing new. So we have everything from Street Fighter 2, just carries over mostly. There's supers. Actually, this is not original Street Fighter 2. It's probably like one of the later versions of Street Fighter 2, because there's a super meter you can do. So you can do it like a level 1, and yeah. But yeah, there's nothing mechanically different. It's just some characters have things that aren't usually in the game. Like Ryu has a red fireball, which is like Akuma's. If you do half circle, you can do that for Ryu. So that's a bit different. Other characters probably have different moves. I haven't played everybody per usual, but it's just one I know off the top of my head. Now, so we don't have to get into gameplay that depth this time because it's not very different. But everything else about this game is completely different from any other Street Fighter 2. Starters, let's talk about how it looks. So it has a unique style, so it still has like kind of that retro feel, but it also has like a modern art to it, and everything looks better. Like it's kind of like a modern version of Street Fighter 2. So everything's like updated. Every character looks better, in my opinion. Stages look cooler. The music sounds better. Like all that stuff. It's just it's just a high-tech Street Fighter 2. So yeah, there's also a customization feature where you can make every character like different. Like you can customize your character color palette-wise, like to make them wear different color clothes and stuff like that. So, and it looks pretty good. So it just looks it's a good-looking game. For Street Fighter 2, it's just a great-looking game in my opinion. But yeah, so let's talk about modes, because this is a pretty new thing to Street Fighter 2. There's arcade mode, obviously, but it has more story than Street Fighter 2. So if you beat the story mode, you can get cutscenes at the beginning, I think at the beginning, at the end. No, I think it's just at the end, but I'm not sure. So yeah, there's that. There's online for Street Fighter 2 Ultra. So you can queue up with somebody. It's not ranked, I don't think so. Or no, it is ranked, I think. But yeah, this is ranked online mode. So yeah, you can queue up with someone else and fight. There's a unique mode called something of the South Sea no Hado, something like that. It's like something like, so in this mode you basically fight Bison in like a 3D, saying you have to use your Joy-Cons. Because another thing that this game is only on the Nintendo Switch, so you have to use your Joy-Cons in order to play this mode, I think. And it's kind of a weird thing. It reminds me of Street Fighter 4 kind of looking, or Street Fighter 5, but yeah, it's like I haven't really played it. I've seen like little glimpses of it. I think you just go in like a 3D perspective and you use your Joy-Cons in order to play it, and you have to fight Bison. And yeah, it's a little weird, but it looks pretty cool. I never seen anything like that in a fighting game. So there's that mode. There's also training. I think that's it. Perhaps I should have put this at the beginning of the video, but little lore dump about this. So I was like into the Street Fighter Ultra era, so I was really liking that game. I have a bunch of hours in it, and then I saw this was on Nintendo Switch when I was browsing through games, and I thought, oh, it's Ultra Street Fighter 4 is on Switch. But then I looked into it, it's actually Ultra Street Fighter 2. And then I eventually got it because it looked kind of similar. I thought it would kind of be the same, but it wasn't. But it's still a pretty fun game nonetheless. It's actually like one of the only fighting games I have on the Switch, so I play it quite a bit. And it's a fun game, you know. I haven't beat everybody's arcade mode, so that's what I kind of do on the side. I just do that. I only played a few people. Oh, let me talk about the roster of this game. So the roster is, it's one of the best rosters in Street Fighter history, to be honest. So it has your main 8, Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, Guile, Honda, Blanca, Dalsum, and Zangief. Then you have the 4 villains, which are Balrog, Vega, Sagat, and then Bison. Then you have the new challengers from Street Fighter 2, the new challengers. Fei Long, DJ, Cammy, and who else? There was one more person I could have sworn was in there. It's gonna bug. There's Fei Long, DJ, Cammy. Oh, and T-Hawk. Yeah, him. So there's T-Hawk, and then there's also a few new characters. So we have Akuma. So Akuma was originally introduced in Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. So now he's just a playable character here. And then there's also 2 new characters that's never been in a Street Fighter 2 before, which are EVO Ryu and Violent Ken. So EVO Ryu has been in Ultra Street Fighter 4 and I think an alpha game maybe. I don't know, I don't remember, I can't think about it right now. So there's that. Then yeah, he was in Ultra 4, and then he was sort of in Street Fighter 5 with Kage. Then I don't know what time period Ultra Street Fighter 2 came out. I think it was in between Ultra Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5. So then EVO Ryu was in there, so that's a new as well. Then Violent Ken has never been in a Street Fighter game ever. In fact, the only time you've seen its existence is in the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, when Bison takes over of Ken and he turns into Violent Ken. Which, so that's cool as heck that he's in this game as a whole. I think out of every fighting game up to this point in this month's series, Ultra Street Fighter 2 has been the game where I played a lot of different characters. So, for example, Street Fighter 6, I know all the games up to that point, so I know who I'm gonna play. I played technically played everybody through the series on Street Fighter 6 as well, but consecutively played, I've only played Ryu, Chun-Li, and sort of Akuma. And then Guilty Gear Strive, I only played Melia and Chip. I didn't go into any other character. Like every other game up to this point, I've played only one consecutive character. Like I have one main. Because I'm kind of biased. I know I like characters, so like KOF, I only use those 3 team members: Athena, Ash, and Rugal. Yeah, I just know who I'm gonna play. In this game, I don't know who I want to play because there's so many cool characters in this game. So I literally use like 5 different characters. I use Ryu, Chun-Li, Akuma, EVO Ryu, Fei Long. Like I use those main 5. But yeah, so that's a bit W or L opinion, but I just use a bunch of different characters because they're all pretty cool. I don't know who's the best one. Probably maybe Akuma or EVO Ryu. But yeah, Ryu's pretty good in this game too, so I don't really know who's the best out of those. But that's kind of my opinion, like who I use. There's a lot of different characters in this one. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. It hasn't been to EVO, and I don't think it has. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. You know, we'll look it up as I'm speaking right now. So after further research, it appears that I think it has been in 2022. Or like on the side, it was there at EVO, but not as a main stage game. So it has technically been to EVO, but not as a main stage game from what I'm looking at the research. But I'm not sure. So it hasn't been on a main stage game per se. So it's kind of not that popular to be enough on the main stage. But yeah, it hasn't been to EVO yet as a main stage game. So a cool thing I found when I was playing it like a few months ago is I actually beat Ryu's story mode on my own time, and then I was going to beat Bison, but I guess I activated something that I fought Akuma instead. So similar to how you activate him in Champion Edition, I think that's what happened here. So they have that gimmick still there. I don't know what I did. I think it's because I got a bunch of perfects or didn't lose at all. But I ended up activating Akuma and ended up fighting him. I beat him barely, but I still fought him nonetheless. It's kind of like how you fight him in Street Fighter 4. But I still activated him. I don't know what I did. I think it's just because I got a bunch of perfects and that's how I activated him. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So you can still do that if you know what to do. I don't know. I just kind of accidentally fought him. But yeah, I just had a weird Easter egg. So confused when I showed up the first time. There's also an artwork section, I think, in this game where you can look at different artwork, like just I think not just Street Fighter 2, but other just artworks in general from the Street Fighter history. So if you want to, kind of like in the 30th collection, where you can view artwork from like Street Fighter 1 to Street Fighter 5, basically. So that's kind of what this is here. I think almost every new kind of Street Fighter game has an artwork section. Street Fighter 6, Ultimate Marvel 3, I think has one. I think Street Fighter 5 has one. So like all these newer Street Fighter games have one. If you want to look at them here, you can. There's a very cool artwork from just different artists and concept artists and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's I can't really think of anything else to say because it's Street Fighter 2. Like, there's not much to say about Ultra Street Fighter 2. It came out in May of 2017. I was doing research right now, so it's a bit old. It's not that new as I thought it would be, but it's a decent age, I guess. So yeah, it came out in May, but yeah, I think this pretty much covers it. If you want to play Street Fighter 2, I don't know which one to play. I recommend Ultra Street Fighter 2. It's probably the best one out of all of them. I'm gonna cover the original eventually in this whole series, but I'm just gonna start with this one because this one is more easier to get to right now because I need to go to my Xbox and do all the footage there. So I'm a little lazy, so I'm gonna start with Ultra. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this one. This one's literally a shorter one. But yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll join you tomorrow for day 8. It's already been a week. Day 8 of month of EVO. Goodbye.